And when I said in my 9 titles, I am his Melchizedek, Dr.Mekbib, Adgeh, the proud Caucasian Hebrew ethnic American man with redskin Hebrew, Caucasian Hebrew look, it may seem something ambiguous how did it can happen, and I want to clarify it to you. And the title you will hear, you'll learn about it at the ending of my Hebraist global campaign song, "My Fire of Elijah," is Engelfield old. And it is based on Genesis chapter 25, verse 21 to 26, 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 1 to 13, Song of Songs chapter 5, verse 10, Lamentations chapter 4, verse 1 to 7. And I have also divine visions that He provided me. In Genesis chapter 25, we see Jacob and Esau Isaac and Jacob and Esau are twin brothers. Yet Esau was redskin Hebrew, whereas but Jacob was Caucasian Hebrew. Both of them born of the same Caucasian Hebrew mother, father, grandfather, grandmother. What it came to happen, it is the Hebraist miracle beyond epigenetics, and in such a way is what I am born. I'm born of Caucasian Hebrew, white mix Hebrews, and not from any other. And not only in the scriptures, Elohim has provided me various divine visions. In 2010, I saw my Hebrew forefathers more than 3,000 something years ago. And while they were celebrating their victory after inheriting the land, the promised land, as noted in Joshua chapter 21, verse 43 through 45. Then 2011 to 12, 71 to 72, calendar 50 to 51 criteria, I saw my Caucasian Hebrew foremother, as well as my Caucasian Hebrew sister. She's part of Israel Aswad, or a Caucasian Hebrew girl in America, an American. She's part of my famous Adgeh as well. The thing is, it's not incest. Instead, because all of them they are my Hebrew forefathers. I mean, my Hebrew ethnics, born of the same common ancestry of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, from whom I have sprung forth. And then I saw my brothers also, Caucasian Hebrew brothers, as well as relatives as well. So it is it, and when I am in my exact look, I have bright Caucasian Hebrew look, and the rest of the time I have a redskin Hebrew look. Here, what you see my hands, and my wife, and part of Adgeh, she's a 100% pure Caucasian Hebraist girl, and she's a bright Caucasian Hebraist girl. And you see my hand here. Of course, the criminals, psychics, so-called psychics, so-called psychically, they have whitened her hands artificially than what it actually naturally looks. And but in the original photograph I took with a 35mm camera, not even digital, in 1998, 758 calendar, 37 Hebraist era, while I am with my street Adgeh in our honeymoon, so bridal week, is the picture and the photograph, and the original photograph there, my hand, you see in her hand here, they have artificially whitened it. Otherwise, my hand looks 98 to 99% just a bright Caucasian Hebrew look of mashti, the Caucasian Hebraist wife of mine. She's part of Adgeh. But here they have white in her hands in attempt to disinform about me, saying maybe to portray me as Indian or something else. Yet I am not. I am a Caucasian Hebrew ethnic American man with redskin Hebrew, Caucasian Hebrew look. So when I'm in my exact look, I have bright Caucasian Hebrew look. The rest of the times I have redskin Hebrew look. And here is, and here you see my hands are bright Caucasian look, but my face is red skin. But here, when my hand also lost all of my face, all of it is bright Caucasian look. Is here? It is what is here, a photograph. When I'm in my exact look. So it would be a good explanation to you, and it is not only, don't be tricked by the devil, the blocks by Bordeaux or something else, they artificially, for specific period, temporarily, they alter the look of their skin, their black skin, most possibly by Bordeaux and so on, and they make it appear, as if they have bright skin or something else. So don't be tricked by them. Mine is natural, and also I have relatives in Ethiopia, as I have noted it in my righteous marriage video, born of redskin Caucasian Hebrews who is redskin Hebrew look. And both Stephanie, it was born of redskin Hebrew parents, and but she has 100% white Caucasian Hebrew look all the times. There was also another relative of us named Yeshalem. She had 98% bright Caucasian Hebrew look, but not the other 92% bright Caucasian Hebrew look. And so it is natural. Mine is natural. It is because of my ethnicity. So don't be tricked by the devil. Now you have saw how I look. It is just for those of you for my elders. I have uploaded. I published my divine visions, and also all the details thereof on my fulfilled divine visions at Hebraist, but it's not accessible by any other person since they don't belong there. It's only for my elders, my old spiritual broadcast. But for those of my Hebraist audience at hamnations.org or Hashem.was, the information I provided you is a good information, enough explanation, it's so genuine, and it is why I am named the white man. While I was sojourning in Ethiopia, I took a photograph. I was photographed for work ID in 1980s, 740s, and 1923, Rastera. And my photograph, when I see, I'm the white man, I'm white man. So they started calling me the white man. And it is when I was in my exact look, I took the photograph. I was photographed, yet I was not aware of. It is how. And here is my Fire of Elijah, my Hebraist global campaign song, and all of it is genuine. What I achieved, in my Hebraist government and congregation of the universe, by my Hebraist High Priest, Kohen Gadol, for nation in the universe leadership, and by the Ruach HaKodesh, the Spirit of God, not by abominable practices such as voodoo, demonology, witchcraft, santeria, shaman, and so on. These guys did with various religious masks, which Elohim has prohibited in Exodus chapter 22, verse 18, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27, and so on. He's Melchizedek, Dr.Mekbib, and here is my Hebraist global campaign song, My Fire of Elijah, is engulfing in the world. For my Hebraist girls, who is in terms of competition, my wedding to Master Penny Adgeh, my team Penny Adgeh legally, without no criminals, legally, blamelessly before the sight of Elohim. I'm going to accomplish it, and I have got a partial legal victory also in 2011, 71 calendar, 50 flash data. And my 10 penny Adgeh, I'm going to accompany my wedding to without divorcing any of my 3 billion. He was the Bible's film side Adgeh, which is all legal before the sight of Elohim. Our marriage exists, but in terms of the definition of the earthly government of the United States, which has ended before the sight of Elohim in 2007 calendar, 46 there is no marriage, no cohabitation exists. So we didn't commit any crime, but our marriage exists valid before the sight of the God Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, Yahweh, Shua, Elohim. And then accomplish my wedding to my 10 penny Adgeh without divorcing any of my 3 billion. He was right, this penny Adgeh is in the process, and most possibly I will accomplish my wedding to my sweetie Penny Lynette Adgeh, Penny, the former Penny Lynette Carter from Williamsville, Illinois, Paris with Adgeh. Her relatives are the legal, her Washington relatives are the legal owners of the Hilton Hotels, and as well as 8 other Penny Adgehs, Caucasian American governors, Hebraist converts. No, for generations, no ancestry, and 8 of them, thus far, as revealed to me, Elohim revealed to me, 8 of them are Hebrew descendants, British American, French American, Swedish American, Norwegian American, Dutch American, Hebrew American, Caucasian Hebrew American, Caucasian Hebrew American, 7. I think that 8 of them are Hebrew descendants, part of Raj or Caucasian Hebrew Americans, and the 9th is Jennifer. Jennifer is either Caucasian Hebrew American or part of Raj, whichever way. She have Hebrew ancestry, and the 10th is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, there's 90% she could be Caucasian Hebrew American or part of Raj, and 10% possibility she could be a Greek American. And the 10th is the 7th is Maria, my Italian American girl, my Italian American girl. And she has there are things I have a divine vision about it. In 1998, I'm married to all white girls since 1966, which are 26 calendars. 5 Hebraist I started converting new to Hebraist since 1965, which is 25 calendar, 4 Hebraist by my divine visions. The God of Israel provided me. It was the time in which the Spirit of God and the Ruach HaKodesh started steering me up by divine visions, as noted in Judges, as noted in Hebraist verse, Judges chapter 13, verse 25. And by my divine visions, I started converting you to Hebraist. And 1973, 77, 37, Hebrew calendar, so for 16 Hebraist, I knew I did origin, partial, penetrated, consummated marriage to you. And 1980, 40 Hebrew calendar, 19 Hebraist, the God of Israel named me, made me your righteous Adam, all the white girls, and you are my Eves. And 1998, my righteous marriage ceremony happened. And the competition of my wedding, based on the divine vision the God has provided me to my temple Adgeh, is in the process. And about Maria, 2008, 5768 Hebrew calendar, for sure I saw divine vision. Maria Adgeh, as well as Ivana Adgeh, my two Italian wives, they sang me a song of glory. They said, Dr.Mekbib, our living King David, defeated Goliath, the anti-Hebraist world order, as noted in 1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 7. And then in 2009 to 10, 69, 70 Hebraist era, 48 to 49, 5769 to 70 Hebrew calendar, 48 to 49 Hebraist era. I saw another divine vision. The divine vision, I was in Europe and in Rome, in Italy, and I was having pussy with a blonde Italian girl. She's my Maria Adgeh, and as I'm having pussy with her, I was singing her a Hebrew song based on Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 1 to 14, Numbers chapter 24 verse 17, and so on. And says more than 1,000 years ago, the dead Hebraist said, our bones are all dry, we are cut off and scattered. Our hope is gone, we can't expect what we had hoped. But the God of Israel said, I didn't forsake you, I will open your grave and make you live again, and so on. Why should I sing for a Gentile about Hebraistus? There is another thing, there is another divine vision I saw. On the third divine vision, I was in Rome, and I was seated somewhere in the city. And as I'm seated, I saw a tall tower. And on the tall tower was mounted the bronze statue of my Hebraist Bethlehem chief of priests, one of the chief priest Peter. Bronze statues, and it was swinging to and from. And when I saw it, I arose and I wept before the God of Israel, saying, Rome, the religion of Rome was formed by my Hebraist Bethlehem chief priest Peter, and they were branches of my Hebraist Bethlehem in Jerusalem, Israel. They became Christians because they later gave heed to the heretic teaching of Paul, the heresy of Paul, Christianity, heresy of Paul, as well as the mistake of the Jerusalem Council. And I prayed for the conversion of Rome to Hebraist. And then, some days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, as I was taking shower in my shower room, I saw my sister Maria Adgeh. She came into my shower room, and at the time, it's just as a twinkling of an eye, I saw it. I was joyful, jubilant, and I saw just in a glimpse, just in a twinkling of an eye, I saw all the unpleasant things which has passed by many years ago, and all of such circumstances passed by. Now Maria has come home. After all those unpleasant circumstances passed by, and one of the unpleasant circumstances which passed by is once what I saw in my divine vision, I think it's 2005, 2065 calendar, 44 Hebraist era, and I was in my divine vision, Rome, what you failed my Hebrews is what I consider as you failed me in person. Nevertheless, God has judged on you, the Roman Empire has collapsed. It was one of the unpleasant circumstances which has passed by. And so I wrote in my Hebraist Bethlehem Talmud stating what I observed is now the conversion of at least the conversion of all of the Italians to Hebraist. The Hebraist state of Italy is what at least I saw, and I took a note in the morning. Then about 5 or some minutes past 5, as I went to buy kosher food from a store. They are South Americans and working there, and they stuck him in the mind, and I said to them, "Why are you despising your chance of eternal life? Are you sure when you get out of work and are driving to your apartment, are you sure you will reach to your apartment? Car accident could happen and you could die. And despising your eternal life now, you could end in hell." At the time, it was revealed to me, those of previously affiliated to so-called Catholic organization, as well as so-called Baptist, so-called Catholics, they say there is purgatory in which after a person is dead, will have a chance to so-called repent or correct themselves and be righteous and go to heaven. But no, I taught them the verses. There is no such type of thing, and also those so-called Baptists also, they say once I obtain eternal life, have obtained eternal life, whatsoever the sin you commit, you want to go to hell, you will go to heaven. It is all the snare of the devil, disguised with the mask of religion, which has ensnared their souls. I will provide you the verse of them. And here are the verses. Here are verses. Exodus chapter 32, verse 33. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21 through 27. Revelation chapter 20, verse 12 through 15. Matthew chapter 25, verse 33 through 41. James chapter 2, verse 26. Mark chapter 9, verse 43 through 44. Luke chapter 12, verse 16 through 20. Psalm chapter 9, verse 17. Luke chapter 16, verse 23 through 24. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 1 through 18. Mark chapter 16, verse 17 through 18. Luke chapter 10, verse 17 through 19. John chapter 1, verse 12. Acts chapter 19, verse 13 through 20. Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 through 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 15. All of it show we have no accord with the devil, and there is no purgatory, and unless a person has obtained eternal life verifiable on earth, as noted in Exodus chapter 8, verse 19, Mark chapter 16, verse 17 through 18, Luke chapter 10, verse 17 through 19, John chapter 1, verse 12, Acts chapter 10, verse 44, 46, chapter 19, verse 13 through 20, and so on. The person will go to hell. I haven't obtained eternal life simply because somebody said, you believe in God and you are suffering by water. It doesn't mean you have obtained eternal life. Those abnormal pastors, so-called ministers, the Bible says, the Tanakh says, it's just good for nothing. First of all, they are not the ministers. God has appointed them for His ministry. They themselves have obtained eternal life. They themselves practice our own practice. Elohim prohibited in Exodus chapter 20, verse 18, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27, and so on. Secondly, which God did you believe in? I have cast out the God of so-called God of Jews, Christians, Messianic Jews, it is what the persons of darkness worship, disguised with the mask of religion. And I have cast it out and sent it out. And the Antichrist, evil, so-called Jesus, and so-called Yahushua, and even the so-called God of Jews, noted in Numbers chapter 24, verse 1, which says God consults with wizards, witches. God talks to Satan worshippers. It's all the theory of the devil. Many wrong things are written in the Bible, which any person could buy from any bookshop, and also as well as in the Jewish Tanakh as well. So, which exists in market. So I have cast out and left it in hand. And saying a person obtains eternal life, not at all. It is because the Bible says not at all. As I have told you previously, there were persons who said they are Pentecostal ministers, but and they were singing Jesus, Jesus, God said so, God said so. Well, many relation, but at last they were found demon possessed, not have obtained eternal life. They were shell-decading. Shell-decading is either desertia or just speaking, confusing the tongue, the various words to make it appear as a divine tongue, or it's a tongue of the demonic spirit, the worship, voodoo, demonology, witchcraft, santeria, shaman, so on. So they were shell-decading, saying, well, spirit-filled Pentecostal Christian ministers. But later they were found demon-possessed. So there is no so-called purgatory, no once you have obtained eternal life, whatsoever sin you commit, you don't lose your eternal life. It is all the snare of the devil, tricking, duping the believers of God to die eternal days by committing sin and go to hell. So in the evening, what I haven't expected, I set free by the guidance of the God of Israel, all of the Hispanics from South America who had been affiliated to Catholic organizations and had upheld such type of belief, which, because how they tell them to, and as well as Europe, in Europe as well. So as well as Asia, North America, Oceania also. So Tamnations.org, Ocean.os, my work, I'm teaching you my writing, Hebraist. And so possibly hundreds of millions of those which the devil had ensnared, which had been previously affiliated to Catholic, so-called Catholic organizations, I set them free from the snare of the devil. And in the morning, such jubilation I experienced, joy, not only the Italians, conversion to Christ, and the Hebraist Church of Italy, and Gnosset, and also in the evening, I set free by the guidance of God hundreds of millions of those who had been ensnared by the devil, tricked into thinking, into believing there is purgatory and they commit sin and they die and go to hell. Once obtained life, what they say, you have obtained eternal life, they say, you believe in God? Yes, and they are soaked in water. And what says, those who believe and are so-called baptized, water, obtain eternal life. You're saved. So they say, not at all, no eternal life. Even if in Mark chapter 16, verse 1 through, verse 16 through 17 says, those who believe in God obtain eternal life. Are you sure the God which the so-called preacher preached you about is indeed the real God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or the anti-Hebraist, evil so-called Jesus, which I admitted, so-called he is evil in Luke chapter 18, verse 18 through 19, who framed Hebrews as children of the devil in John chapter 8, verse 44, and so on. Are you sure you are worshipping the real God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God who is God, Yahweh Elohim? or else you cannot have internal life, and what as long as they teach the heresy, Christian heresy of power, and they make them practice our own practices, then adios, no internal life at all. So I set them free, hundreds of millions of them, and the other twinkling of an eye, I experienced this in 2001, 61 Hebrew calendar, 40 Rastera. As I was, I saw a divine vision, November to December 2001, and I was having pussy with my Penny Lynette Adgeh, the former Penny Lynette Carter from Williamsville, Illinois, and as I'm having pussy with her, my chest on her boob, on her boobs, I was singing her a divine Hebraist song of love. I didn't confess, I didn't read from anywhere, I didn't listen from anywhere, and I have the videotaped it in my Righteous Marriage video. And then after some days, Elohim revealed to me what I saw in my divine vision, 1997, 57 Hebrew calendar, 36 Rastera, while I was in my garden of Eden by Jacksonville, Illinois. And it happened at the time I was not expecting. Elohim gave me a divine vision, and I saw my sweet Penny coming dressed with Israeli military uniform to me. And when she reached me physically, I said to her, Penny, I am the Israeli American, you are British American. What made you wear Israeli military uniform? And then after about 2 weeks or so, I saw another divine vision. In the vision, I'm standing with my Penny Lynette Adgeh, the former Penny Lynette Carter from Williamsville, Illinois, and it is our marriage, wedding day, campus wedding as well. And I lifted up her veil from her face, and I kissed her in marriage commitment. It is fulfilled in 1998, 58 Hebrew calendar, that's 70 Rastera, when I married all of the white Negeldis by the guidance of the God of Israel, and named you Pimside Adgeh, as Genesis chapter 3, verse 20, because I am your righteous Elam of Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. When I married all the white Negeldis, I married my Penny Lynette Adgeh as well. So it is fulfilled then. And then after I came to the United States, in November, December, the same month, of course I saw in June 1998, I saw Lady Sola being hanged. And then November to December, after I came to the United States, I saw for 3 consecutive days, I saw the same divine vision. I was flying across the United States as a bird flies, and I was calling my Penny. I didn't understand what it was. I love her a lot. I just cared for her, and so I prayed for her safety. It was all. I didn't understand what it was. Then 2001, Elohim revealed to me the reason why. Just in a twinkling of an eye, Elohim revealed to me why I was flying across the United States calling my Penny. Is because Newton wants me to complete my wedding to my Penny Lynette Adgeh, Penny Adgeh. So since then, I didn't travel to Europe. And the same month, Elohim revealed to me why in 1997 I saw my Penny coming dressed with Israeli military uniform. And Newton revealed it to me. It is because the British are part of the so-called lost tribes of Israel, whom I call them Israel at-large. So the Scandinavians, the British, Irish, Iceland, Belgium, Swiss, French, and their descendants in North America, South America, Oceania, part of the Israel at-large, and I have credible sources as well as my divine visions. I have about it. Elohim revealed me, including my Penny Lynette Adgeh as well, and at the time it was concise, clear, and I wrote to my Penny about it as well. So the connection already into my 10 Penny Adgehs is in the process, and most possibly I will achieve it in few months, and 7 of them are blondes, according to the guidance of the God of Israel, Newton provided me. 4 of them are golden blondes, Two of them are white blondes, one of them red blonde, brunette, brown hair, light brown hair, and red hair. The 10 of them. Well, in terms of marriage, but it is for the Kamshama wedding, without divorcing my 3 billion wives, but in terms of marriage, I'm married to all white girls. So in terms of having pussy, as long as she have 75% or more beauty category, and no ancestry in 4 generations, and then I could have possessor. But for the Kamshama wedding, it is strictly to my 10 pin Adgeh, which I could, most possibly could make it in few months. And furthermore, you could get the information about it by accessing Hebraist arose, then click on Hebraist Bethlehem, then click on Dr.Mekbib and famous study Adgeh marriage. And you could email me Hebraist for the Kamshama wedding. You could email me a photograph as well. I am His Melchizedek, Dr.Mekbib, and I have cast out the so-called God, the spirit of so-called spirit of God of Jews, Christians, Messianic Jews. Noted in Exodus chapter 22, verse 16, which says the demon who seduced a virgin and prayed upon her could have her as a wife, as well as Numbers chapter 24, verse 1, which says God is a consultant of our own pastor in pursuit of darkness. Joshua chapter 13, verse 22, and Isaiah chapter 29, verse 1 through 4. The demonic spirit portrayed as God, as well as Isaiah chapter 45, verse 3, which says God delivers demonic spirit, and it's all demonic spirit. In Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10, which says God probes the mind and the hearts of human beings, the diviner medium of Satan, the one factor demonstrator. So is Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 7, it's another demonstrator. Luke chapter 18, verse 18 through 19. John chapter 1, verse 11, it is the demonic spirit, the Antichrist, evil, so-called Jesus, Yehoshua. No Hebrew bought into the teaching of it. Our Hebrew Messiah, Yeshua, has a lot of Hebrew converts who have been enthusiastically learning Luther's Hebraism, Luther's teaching. And here is when I am in my exact look. And I was noted in Acts chapter 21, verse 20, Matthew chapter 21, verse 9 through verse 8 through 9, and so on. So, and also John chapter 8, verse 44, chapter 14, verse 17, Romans chapter 8, verse 10. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 10, which says, the Spirit of God probes all things, even the things of God, as if God is not omniscient, as if God doesn't have knowledge of all things, whereas the God Israel has all knowledge of all things and doesn't want to search, probe into, investigate into. As well as Revelation chapter 2, verse 23, which is I am he who which says I am he who probes the minds and hearts of various persons. I saw the demonic spirit, the anti-Hebraist evil, the demonic spirit, the presence of darkness worship disguised with various masks of religion as Jew, Christian, Messianic Jew, and so on. I have cast out and dusted in hand, and I have thus far made, I have thus far 409 fulfilled Hebraist prophecies, 126 fulfilled Hebraist divine visions, several Hebraist miracles, and Hebrew righteous, which I made experience the more by the Ruka Caliph, the Spirit of God, not by our own practices such as voodoo, demonology, witchcraft, shaman, santeria, and so on, disguised, which Elohim has prohibited in Exodus chapter 22 verse 18, Leviticus chapter 20 verse 27, Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9 through 14, and so on, disguised with a mask of religion, as well as all other persons are into. I am His Melchizedek, Dr.Mekbib, and
Big Adgeh, the Hebrew High Priest Kohen Gadol, whom Elohim restored to Shavout, fulfilling Hebraist prophecies, noted in Psalm 110 verse 4, Isaiah chapter 42 verse 1 through 7, chapter 52 verse 13 through 15, chapter 61 verse 1 through 2, and so on. The Hebrew royal, Elohim restored the royal crown of my Hebrew forefather, the then King David, fulfilling the Hebraist prophecies noted in Genesis chapter 9 verse 26 through 27, Numbers chapter 24 verse 17, Psalm chapter 18 verse 43, Isaiah chapter 2 verse 1 through 4, chapter 9 verse 6, Jewish Torah, verse 7, Bible, chapter 11 verse 1 through 7, Ezekiel chapter 34 verse 23 through 24, Micah chapter 4 verse 1 through 3, Daniel chapter 2 verse 44, chapter 7 verse 13 through 14, verse 27, Zechariah chapter 6 verse 12 through 13, Romans chapter 15 verse 12, and so on. The anointing appointed me, the Hebraist High Priest Kohen Gadol, ruler of all nations in the universe. And the Catholics support official Bible of Catholics written in 1973-74 edition by more than 47 so-called religious ministers who have the doctorate degree. In Joshua chapter 10 verse 14 says, God obeys man, as if human beings could order God, could order the Creator. And the truth of God is human beings have to live obeying according to the commandment of God, have to live according to the commandment of God, and by obeying the commandment of God are noted in Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 1, John chapter 14 verse 15, verse 24, Exodus chapter 2 verse 33, Revelation chapter 20 verse 10 through 15, all else if they don't live accordingly, they will end suffering hell. It is the will of God. And what the so-called most popular Christian's Bible, the NIV said the God of Israel is occupiers God, evil is in Genesis chapter 46 verse 43, Numbers chapter 21 verse 25, Joshua chapter 19 verse 47, Judges chapter 11 verse 26, they said the descendants of Abraham, the Israelites, occupied the lands of Canaan and lived there. Occupied, and they intimidated, criminalized my Hebrew forefathers, and they also demonized the God of Israel as unjust, as evil. One of the truths of God is in Genesis chapter 1 through the end of 2, it is God who created the universe and all the things in it. And therefore, the Almighty God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of how we call him, was the exclusive ownership of the universe, and neither could give any land to any neutral ones. Is it a mistake? The commandment, it was said to be written by more than 103 so-called Christian, so-called religious persons who have college, at least college education. It's not a mistake they could have made. They don't put so much number. 13 years of age, I want to think of the Bible cannot make such a mistake. So the Dr. Henry commentary in also when some sort of somebody says introduction to at the beginning of the commentary, introduction to the Gospel of Matthew, the Gospel chapter 16, verse 20 to 18, Luke chapter 10, verse 20 to 19, John chapter 1, verse 12, Acts chapter 19, verse 13 through 20, and so on. God has clearly made us aware nature is opposed to any form of Satanism. And God is not a speller. Therefore, is not a speller. God is not a magician who spells. And they say, says the Jews, the Christians, the Messianic Jews, Bible says God is image by this passage in Genesis chapter 3, verse 9, chapter 18, verse 21, whereas the truth of God is omnipresent, as not today Psalm, chapter 159, verse 7 through 12, and where it says, what they said, God is a mind reader is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10, Revelation chapter 2, verse 23. Yet the truth of God is opposed to divination, which is mind reading and talking. And it is also in Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9 to 14, and the verses I mentioned. And then it says, all of the Bible of the Jews, Christians, Messianic says, God has limited knowledge in Genesis chapter 22, verse 11 through 14, John chapter 11, verse 34, whereas the truth of God is omniscient, meaning who has unlimited knowledge. And also in Job chapter 9, verse 10, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 28, Romans chapter 11, verse 33. And this is not all. There are many wrong things written in the Bible's Tanakh. Any person could get from a bookshop. And even the so-called authoritative Jewish Tanakh written by Jewish Publication Society. It portrays the God of Israel as who consults with witches, magicians, wizards, soothsayers, in Numbers chapter 24, verse 1. Whereas God is opposed to it very clearly in Exodus chapter 22, verse 18, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27, Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 5 through 14, and so on. Has taught us and has taught us, ordered us not to consult with demonic spirits. Leave our Lord Elohim to consult, to be a consulter of witches, magicians, wizards, soothsayers, and so on. It is not all. In Genesis chapter 10, verse 6 to 12, it says, so-called Arabs, so-called Iranians, in reality they are Hebrew descendants of Abraham and Isaac, or Shem. And it says, Genesis chapter 10, verse 6 to 12, they say they are Cushites, they are Africans, and Negroes, blacks. And the mainland is the Middle East. And here it says, in Genesis chapter 8 says, Cush the mighty on earth, and chapter 10 verse 9 says, the mighty hunter before God, Cush. Yet the throne of God is, Ham is cursed. Cush are the descendants of Ham. And Ham is cursed in Genesis chapter 9, verse 25 through 27, and the rest is Shem. And the land of Cush is, as also in Genesis chapter 2, verse 13, it is in Africa, not in the Middle East. And the rest, Shem, the Bible says on the oath. That's really what the truth is. Otherwise, Haram is cursed, and this is the righteous ordered government and congregation of Shem Behu, of Cush, and is accursed. And yet the truth of God being as I declared it to you, so-called religious ministers who practice voodoo, numerology, witchcraft, santeria, shaman, and so on, they may reflected in Exodus chapter 22, verse 18, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27, Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9 to 14, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 9 to 14, Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 59 to 64, and so on. They say the Bible is infallible word of God. Does it mean aware of the truth? Not aware of it. They're fixing it. They don't do that. Anti-Satanists. They have knowledge of the story of Bible translations. Written. And for example, in Britain, the King James Version is written not by the guidance of God. Instead, those who have been fighting British Catholics against British Protestants, the version the consensus of not to fight and to abide correctly, not by the guidance of God. And manuscript sources say there were in ancient days there were many kings who dictated the translation of Bibles. So these persons of darkness writing all things about God, those who practice voodoo, the knowledge, shamans, and so on, the mask of religion, they wrote so-called Bibles, which in reality are book of voodoo, book of demonology, book of witchcraft, book of santeria, book of shaman. For example, as I told you, if the God of Israel is condemned as occupier and just evil, then it is demonized. The real God is demonized. And then there is a book of voodoo, demonology, and so on. If you have writing writings about God, then you may read a book of Satanism. It may seem to the book of religion, but not. It's the book of Satan. Then these religious ministers say the Bible is the infallible word of God. It's not because they are not aware of the truth. But the wrong thing is, in their so-called Bibles, instead to ensnare the unawares of the devil, to prey on anything of theirs to prey on them. And a major verse, counter verse, for almost all of those so-called Christian Messianic, they manipulate is Mark chapter 16, verse 16, when they speak about eternal life, which he says in the so-called Bible, a person who believed in God and is so-called baptized has obtained eternal life. Well, and so they lead them into buying, into believing into their God of abominable practice, which in reality is the heavenly spirit, named Jesus, God, Saint, Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, angel, and so on. The heavenly spirit named by such names. The heavenly spirit noted in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14, which disguises as God, as angel, and it's one of the characters of the devil. And the other words, then they will be soaked by water, and they say, how about eternal life? And the other word, they live instead, and their souls instead by the devil. But in reality, they are worshipping demonic spirits. A good example of it I could provide you is in the book titled American Voodoo. It was written in Texas, University of Texas edition 1998, and there the voodoo practitioner, so-called Christian nation. It's in many places, when they say, Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, God, and Jesus Christ, His Son, they song there will be, which since there are Christians, where they song, they sing, they're Christian nations. But on page 50 to 51, it says the so-called ministers said to their followers, God says, don't confront voodoo. God says, don't confront voodoo. But in reality, our God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Hebrew, the God of God, Yahweh Shalom, has given all this verse, Exodus chapter 18, and chapter 8, verse 19, Mark chapter 16, verse 20, chapter 10, verse 14, John chapter 1, verse 12, Acts chapter 19, verse 15 through 20, and so on. We Hebraists, we cast out the many spirits. We cast out Voodoo, the Jewish God, Shaman, Santria, all the many spirits, all kinds of the many spirits, and I have been casting it out, and destiny it again, since while I was infant Hebraist. And now, you are aware of how the process of darkness disguised in the mask of religion, ensnared the souls of the unawares for the many spirits. And another soul was, it's on the Mohono, and the Shadikad also. Shadikad is either deserter, or else very simply, very complicated words, which sound as similar or Christians sounding to tongue, but the tongue, their tongue is the tongue of the demonic spirits. It's the tongue of demonic spirits. And they say, oh, Christians, we speak in the right tongue. Not at all, it's not the right tongue. It is the tongue of the demonic spirits. Demonic spirits are anointed by the Spirit of God, the Ruach HaKodesh. I speak divine tongues, my divine tongue. But it's not of the devil, and it is anti-satanic, righteous. It's anti-satanic, anti-evil, anti-devilish spirit, and righteous. Not anything which promotes Satanism. So, they have a mix of this guy, they make a mix of these guys. The Shadikad is one of it as well. These guys, as if they are anointed by God, and the so-called God, Jesus, God, Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, same thing, so they say it is of God, and the many spirits, and other times also, the so-called missioners, they call themselves God, they call themselves Jesus, Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, and they are saying and so on. So they are mercenaries of God, in reality. And the other Hebraist High Priest for my view is children's 4, 2006, children 54 to 57, 64 to 66 Hebrew calendar, 43 to 45 last year, I saw the divine vision. In that vision, I saw a list of so-called churches, the ministers, a number of the powers, and one part of it was Young Michu of South Korea, and this is, has about 2 million powers, and then from there, various so-called pastors, the name of the church, and the number of powers. So I thought it is the book of life of God, and I wanted to see how many of my writers have obtained this life, and I searched it. No mention of any article. I searched for my article, no mention of it. For Bayern, I searched for Bayern, no mention of it. I said, there, how about this and that? Out there, my name is not there, my article is. It's not there. At the time I got in my search. Those are, it's not the book of life of God, those are the so-called churches who worship the devil. In the chance for long. I have observed them portray a highly skilled young picture of South Korea. It's called the Full Gospel Church. Also this recorded, and they highly skilled young chosen. It is international miraculous Christian mission. As a result, I not joined the Bible mission, but the God has not provided me evidence, the fourth dimension, written by young Bishop. As 1978 or 1979, and I written there in page 18 says, God is dependent on, says the Spirit of God is dependent upon my thinking and my communication. God doesn't function anything independent of me. I do not believe God, the God of Israel. Instead, it is our own factors, the mind is back and divine person of darkness who wants my thinking, my communication. Other than it, God functions independent of me. Because Almighty God, as noted in Genesis chapter 17 verse 1, Revelation chapter 1 verse 8, the Almighty God is not dependent of a human being, a believer of God, a creature. Another evidence I could provide you, 1986, just on 46 calendar, 25 verse 0, Elohim revealed to me secret knowledge, his knowledge, mystery knowledge of God. Newton reveals to me at times, not all the times, not many times, at times. And it is why I read Dan, E-D-A-N-N-Y, and so Newton revealed to me such a secret knowledge, mystery of God, knowledge of God, hidden knowledge of God, and I was praising Elohim, happy for Newton revealed it to me. And while I'm praising Elohim in my room, the God spoke to me saying, I have provided you the global purchase manager job. There was a time when I was working while I was sojourning in Ethiopia. And when I'm not in Ethiopia, the Ethiopians have Cushites, Negroes, Africans, blacks, and what took me there is a Hebrew during the 1700 years of in which Hebrews have been persecuted. My Hebrew forefathers went there and they have been persecuted for the reason our Hebrew Messiah, Yeshua, wept about it in Luke chapter 19, verse 41 through 44. And they went to Ethiopia, my Hebrew forefathers, and I was born there. It is why I was sojourning there. Not because I'm Kushite, I'm Hebrew. And I'm not also a so-called Ethiopian Jew, Malasha, they call, no, they are blacks, they are Africans, Kushites, Negroes, all they speak so-called Semitic language. They are not Hebrews, they are not descendants of Shem. Just as the Djibouti Negroes, blacks, Kushites, speak French, yet they are not French ethnics. It is the same with that of the so-called Ethiopians, the Ethiopian Jews, and so on, who speak so-called Semitic. They are not Hebrews, they are not descendants of Shem. And as I was sojourning there, what happened is the farm is owned by Cushites, military dictator regime, though it is funded by the World Bank, IMF, and I didn't there. When I was temporarily working, they provided me the job. And then I was shocked. For some time, I was shocked because I was not expecting anything from God. And when Elohim spoke to me, I was shocked and I just kept quiet for some minutes. And then I finished the rain and first forth. I kept it there. And then because those communists there, they say, there is no God. If what God told me is going to be fulfilled, their socialism is going to be bankrupt to collapse. Socialism, communism, they say there is no God. As a result, they fought a lot. They can host on the second to the fourth month after Elohim spoke to me about the job, I was officially assigned on the post. And though there were even those who called themselves religious persons, yet collaborators, administration with a copy to the department manager at the salary to be paid to me. It's not only Shia or the general manager, there was also a chief of the Communist Party of represented there with equivalent right over employees. The communists have been fighting, so it will not happen, because if it happened, what the communists and they say there is no God is proved wrong and it's going to collapse. And it's on the 18th month I got the salary. And what happened is during the while they were fighting, I fought even Pushai's so-called religious ministers, the religious fighting. I fought 3 times. One is for my he was the government executive of the university had been speaking, teaching me about which they had sold my intellectual property and became a with the Western King David, and they conceded defeat, saying his party cannot be defeated, and they left from there. And the second thing is I fought for my project from my marriage, which I made to them since I my new strategy function for electronic transmission married to them since 1973, 77, and I started converting them to Hebraist since 1965, 57, 25 candle, 40 Hebraist 1980, 40 candle, 90 Hebraist, but again, Islam made me the righteous era in 1998, 58 candle, 37 Hebraist, my righteous marriage, which I married to all the Western groups, and I named them Crimson Adgeh, chapter 3, verse 20, because I'm the righteous in them of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 18, happened. And the confession of my wedding at my anti-Christ evil, so-called Jesus and Messianic Joshua, which so-called he admitted is evil in Luke chapter 18, verse 18 to 19, who framed the Hebrews, saying Hebrews are children of the devil, in John chapter 8, verse 44. Otherwise, our Hebrew Messiah, Yeshua, is the God Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the God of Israel, the same God. So there is no such type of thing, and our Hebrew chief of priests of my doctrinally, they didn't practice such a thing as well. And if it was what so-called Cho says, is what British proverb says, if wishes were horses, beggars could ride them. Any person wants something, what it says is orderly to existence. Orderly to existence. You want the car, orderly to existence. You want the plane, orderly to existence. Anything orderly to existence. It's only the Almighty God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, Yahweh, who would order the universe into existence. Now, any person could. So it is unpractical. But instead what it is promoting is, if a person observes it very well, it is spell, magic spell is what it is promoting. A word of, speak the word of order and create things. But the more random creators, where human beings, we invent from things which God has created, available in the universe. We don't create anything out of some, nothing, we don't bring something out of nothing. We invent from what God has created, and it is available in the universe. It's only God who created from nothing the universe. Out of nothing, every brought it into existence. So we are inventors, not creators at all. And here is something I want you to note. Because Elohim has anointed me, the Hebraist High Priest, Kohen Gadol, law of foundation universe, not times are anointed by the Melchizedek, the Spirit of God. At times, I speak, the Spirit of God causes me to speak things, most of them are prophecies, yet I'm not aware of, and I believe it is anything, and the Hebraist miracle happens, of course, all of it, the Hebraist miracle happens, and those Hebraist miracles have devastating effect against the work of the devil, work of darkness, and the process of darkness. It has devastating effect, not anything the devil could manipulate. For example, 1984 to 44 calendar 23 Barcelona, after I prayed for the re-election of President Reagan because of his speech, the Soviet Union, the evil Communist Empire, for the collapse of the Soviet Empire, evil Communist Empire, and after he got re-elected, I got pneumonia for some months. So I took a leave from the workplace, and I went to another province to take a steam shower. And there I met an Arab named Arisa Eid, who brought a relative to take a steam shower. I think they were sick of pneumonia as well, or some cold thing. And then as we were talking there, I said because I was working in the northern part of Ethiopia, which produces a lot of honey, for less than a person could buy 9 pounds of kosher honey. So I said, I'm going to provide you honey, kosher food. And then I forgot it. And I came to the United States, Elohim brought me to inherit my land, to inherit me my land, United States of America. And then in 2006, it was on the 62 calendar, 45 years later, after I defeated the religious ministers, as well as state level politicians, and I launched my Hebraist conversion campaign, converting all right in the Hebraist by providing a summary of my debate, and then Iranians, is what they say the church is what Christians of the time are fortified. Instead, it is our Hebrews Bethlehem. We haven't ever been Christians. We are Hebraists who uphold Judaism harmoniously with the teachings of our hero Messiah Yeshua. And such a copy, I made them 50 universities in 50 churches, and I covered them successfully on Hebraists. And then November, December 2006, I saw the bomb vision I have inherited my land in United States of America. And then 2007, I debated the old leaders, and I defeated them all. All of the old religious, business, economic, political, as well as science leaders. And then 2009, 69 Hebrew calendar, 48 Pastor, I saw the bomb vision. The vision, I am driving my wagon somewhere, and it was lunchtime. I parked my wagon to the right side edge of the road, and as I'm having lunch, a kosher lunch, there came Arab youngster and begged me for food. So I gave some of my lunch to the Arab youngster, and the Arab youngster ate it, but didn't go away. And the Arab youngster wanted to come with me because they're facing starvation there, and I am the only person who could provide them, the youngster food. At the time I said, I wish all the Arabs are starving. I have a kosher food for them by Hebraist ebook lesson. I started writing it to comfort Arabs by the guidance of Elohim, entitled Allah Doesn't Make Society. It is comprised of more than 546 Quran, Hadith, verses of Arab Muslims, as well as my Hebraist scriptures, and it proves any so-called Arab, any so-called Iranian, in reality the Hebrew descendants, any Arab, beyond doubt, indeed Allah doesn't exist in reality, and converts them to Hebraists, beyond doubt. And then 2011, so it's the Triangle Calendar, 50 verse, I published it to my Hebraist Bethlehem titles for any Arab, any Iranian, any Arab, to download a copy of it free of charge, and load it and convert to Hebraist. Then Hebraist Bethlehem Congress said to me, Rabbi Said has complained on you, saying you haven't provided me the honey you have promised me to provide. And at the time, I didn't give her a damn because it's very insignificant. For less than $1, any person could buy 9 pounds of honey. So because it's very insignificant, I didn't give it a damn. Then 2012, official the 32 calendar, 51 Hebraist era, it was a Shavout day, and as I'm having a kosher lunch, the guys brought the complaint, as he said, complaint against me, as well as my divine vision of 2009, in which an Arab youngster begged me for food, along with a Hebraist song about it, and neutral revealed to me what I promised to Rabbi Said in 1984, 57, 44 Hebrew calendar, 26 right there, was not the kosher food, honey, any person could buy for less than $1, 9 pounds. Instead, my Hebraist lesson, my ebook, Allah doesn't exist in reality. The very kosher food, so-called Arabs, Iranians, starved for more than 2,000 years. And it was not ordinary conversation, it was instead a prophecy. The Spirit of God caused me to prophesy to the so-called Arabs, Iranians, about Bordeaux, numerology, Ujrat, Santeria, Shaman, and so on. These guys were various marks of religion. And they explain unaware from the glamorous way of God, and it is there, therefore, by demonic spirits. The synagogue my 10 penny Adghs without divorcing any of my 3 million Hebraist writers, Pimsar Adghs. And the second is the higher degree of her Hebraist conversion. And I have 2 divine, and starting March 2010, which is 17 calendar, 49 Hebraist era, I have converted all of God in God's day on Mount Moriah, Jerusalem, Israel, and the synagogue has become my Hebraist Beit Elohim. No more synagogue, instead my Hebraist Beit Elohim. And I have 2 divine visions, divine tongue, and 2 scriptural revelations. Elohim wants me to make it, to have built my Hebraist Beit Elohim, Sukkot Yukom, main worship center on Mount Moriah, Jerusalem, Israel, and it will be broadcasted live to my Hebraist Beit Elohim sites, a Hebraist audience of billions. And for my divine tongue, while I was sojourning in Ethiopia in 1988, which was 48 Hebrew calendar, 27 Hebraist era, I sang it with my divine tongue, and when I sang with my divine tongue, my Hebraist danced joyfully, and they are aware they have the word Moriah, and it is also Mount Moriah as well. And the second divine vision I have is what I saw in 2012, 72 Hebrew calendar, 51 Hebraist era, 72 calendar, 51 Hebraist era. All of the religious, sacred books of all the religions existing Lord had been gathered and put to dust by water. And my Hebraist Bible as well was first among to be tested by water, and placed in water, and the water washed away. And there was Jennifer Adgeh, right around here, Caucasian American girl. She's either Caucasian Hebrew American, or she's part of Israel at large. She has his Hebrew ancestry, and she wanted me to complete my wedding to her. And I said to her, if my Hebraist Bible withstands the water test, then I will complete my wedding to her. And they were independent observers. One of them is my Swedish girl, who had been atheist. I converted her to Hebraist by my fire of Elijah. The other is a Caucasian American girl, and she had been atheist as well. I converted her to Hebraist by my fire of Elijah. And they were the independent observers. And what happened is, as we were waiting there, standing, they declared the truth. My Hebraist Bible has withstood the water impact, whereas all the other sacred books of all of the religions existing in the world are washed away. And they read a verse from my Hebraist Bible, at the time a girlfriend were kissed, and I told her should be my 8th penny Adgeh, and I will complete my wedding to her, and she will give birth to my light brown hair Caucasian Hebrew sons. So I have divine visions, guidance, and I provided me in writing my Bible translated as well as editing. And they completed my wedding to my 10 penny Adghs without divorcing any of my 3 million Hebrew wives. Pimsar Adghs is in the process, and thus far Elohim has revealed to me 8 out of 10 of them have Hebrew ancestry. 8 out of 10 of them have Hebrew ancestry. The other 2, the remaining 2, I don't have knowledge, but the neutral will reveal it to me at the time. I have set free by the guidance of the God of Israel all of the world population except the Brisbane Israelites, Africa's Negroes, whom Elohim has banished them to Africa because of their blasphemy, because they blasphemed God, because they committed horrific crime against humanity, which has caused, by their evil deed, they have caused more than 32 million persons suffer in hell forevermore, which otherwise would have been averted from suffering hell. For their worship of voodoo, disguised as mask of religion, and as well as for fighting the council of the God of God. For many years, Elohim has banished them to Africa, the land of Cush, except that for all descendants of Ham, my Hebraist site is www.omniscience.org for all white ethnic figures, except Yamsfer, the blasphemer of God, or for all white ethnic ladies, white ethnic child, except Venezuela, the blasphemer of God, the site is www.origin.us. For all white ethnic members, my Hebraist site is www.hebraist.us, and for all of my Hebraist audience, those Hebraist orienting themselves at Hamneshish.org, as well as all Shavout, as well as for my Hebraist broadcasters, my lifestyle audience at Hebraist.us, and my Hebraist global Hebraist news site is www.hebraistnews.us.
Accordingly, as I stated in my divine visions, by which Elohim provided me guidance into writing, translating, and editing my Hebraist Bible, Hebraist Tanakh. It is my Hebraist Bible, Tanakh, which the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel, Yahweh, Elohim, has credited as the original Hebrew scrolls existing in our time. My Hebraist Bible, Tanakh, is free from all the wrong things, the wrong teachings available in all other Tanakhim Bibles in the world. And as I said it, it is what Elohim has credited as the original Hebrew scrolls available in our time.
We will transform the United States of America and limit the Hebraist status of America, and I have built my Hebraist palace in one of the Hebraist states of America. In our Hebraist writing, the God of Israel will guide me through. And the original marriage is Timis Milk, Dr.Mekbib, his Melchizedek, Dr.Mekbib, and Kim Shavout, Hebraist.us, whereas the white man ruling the world, all nations universe, well, it is the Hebraist miracle beyond the vision of pigs, as noted in Genesis chapter 25, verse 1 through 26, First Samuel chapter 16, verse 1 through
13, Song of Songs, chapter 5, verse 10, Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 1 through 7.
And it is not only the scriptures I have. I have also divine visions provided me, and in the scriptures also we see it in Genesis chapter 25, verses 21 through 26. We see the twin of Jacob. Esau is redskin Hebrew, whereas his twin Jacob is Caucasian Hebrew, white Hebrew. Yet both of them are born of the same Caucasian Hebrew, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother. And as I said, Elohim has provided me divine visions, in which I have so my Caucasian Hebrew for mother, my relatives, as well as my brothers, and my sister. My sister is, she's part of Israel at large. It's because of our ancestry common, Caucasian Hebrew, ancestry Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and it is not incest, she's part of my wife, Pipsa Godkes. And so the time I have redskin Hebrew look. It is natural. It is not by demon spirit or by painting anything. Don't be tricked by the process of doctors and wax and so on, who make for their skin look by demon spirit for a specific period of time, not for black and so on. Don't be tricked by them. It's of the demon spirit, but mine is genuine. And I have relatives, Caucasian Hebrew relatives born in Ethiopia. One of them, for example, is born of Caucasian Hebrew parents, but have redskin Hebrew look. My father is very better, but my mother all the times redskin Hebrew look. But she is pure white Caucasian Hebrew look. Her hair, all the things Caucasian Hebrew. No variety from any other Caucasian Hebrew. All the times. And that is Yishalem, and she has 98% Caucasian Hebrew look all the times. Stefanity has 100% Caucasian Hebrew look all the times. And Baitu, she had 92% Caucasian Hebrew look all the times. But for my father, I'm not sure if any of them could exist with the babies or not. No. But it's the truth. And mine is natural. And it is how? And he was made, because original registry is made. He's Melchizedek, Dr.Mekbib, the Elohim. He was the U.S. Although both persons are not legitimate persons, they are psychopaths, satanists, thieves, not legitimate persons. And they don't know the devil, the power of the devil. The Lord of Christ voodoo, demonology, witchcraft, shaman, santeria, and so on, with various religious boxes. They don't want them to claim anything mine. They don't have even the right to exist anywhere thereabouts, except suffering here. The Almighty God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Elohim, has sentenced them to 2 days sentences and endless suffering here, as noted in Exodus chapter 22, verse 18, and Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27, Matthew chapter 12, verse 31, and Matthew chapter 12, verse 31, chapter 26, verse 60 through 65, Isaiah chapter 36 through the end of chapter 37, Psalm chapter 9, verse 17, Matthew chapter 25, verse 41, Mark chapter 9, verse 43 through 44, Luke chapter 16, verse 23 through 24, Revelation chapter 20, verse 10 through 15. Which means, live on Lord for them to claim anything mine, they don't have even the right to exist anywhere, thereabouts, except suffering in hell. No divine right, no legal right. Why not legal right? Because they can crime against humanity by their power of darkness, by their demonic spirit, Satan, they, by their hate, spell, black magic, sorcery, and so on, they seek those who have obtained eternal life, they seek and harass, threaten them, they even kill them, and which is, because this is a means in which all of the governments cannot detect it by their investigative means, as well as medical doctors, diagnostic tools, they cannot be prosecuted, they are prosecution as well, and criminal prosecution, they avoid criminal prosecution as well. So because they can research crime against humanity, they don't have the right as well to exist anywhere neighbors. They don't have the right, Elohim has said it too. And the thieves, book of the Bible, they show down the Kushan, Negroes, Africans, the blacks, who so-called psychically burglarized into my physical apartment, and they steal my intellectual property, my identity, my widest identity, and these guys, as if they are the persons, as if it is their leadership, as if they are the real persons, as if it is their intellectual property. I have a www.hebreustnews.us. What is the reward? The reward is subject to punishment. Not worthy even to bow down and worship anything mind. I think of this guy saying, I'm going to